Alright, I'm off. Peace outie.
Okie dokie. Good luck and see you later.
Alors, on a le choix. Oh là! L'église, la forêt. Pardon. La clinique. Ah, commencer par l'église.
Hello, Father.
Greetings, my child. I'm glad you decided to come here.
Yeah, but just so you know, I'm not here to join your church or anything.
Oh, I would never assume that.
Good. So, with that out of the way, I have some questions.
Anything you need. I'm Isaac Price.
Kathy Rain, but I'm guessing you figured that out already.
I did. Rumors spread quickly around here. So how can I be of service?
Care to tell me the history of the church?
I'd be happy to. The story is a fascinating one. This church was founded by my father, William T. Price, in the 70s. Back then, he made his living as a traveling salesman and was driving through this area as he had done so many times before. However, this day was different. My father held dark thoughts in his mind. He was angry, thinking of evil deeds, even considering swerving off the road into a rock and ending it all. Then suddenly, divine intervention. 3 bright lights appeared. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The sign of God. This epiphany was the moment my father had been waiting for. He sold all of his belongings and took me and my brother to live with him here in Conwell Springs. Soon thereafter, he built this church and started gathering followers. They began to refer to him as Father Bill.
I take it that window up there resembles what he saw when he had this epiphany?
Indeed, the stained glass window depicts the Holy Trinity as witnessed by my father.
Do you know exactly when or where this event took place?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just curious. It's a captivating story.
Well, it was the spring of 1971, but my father never told anyone where.
Okay, so what happened then?
People flocked to Father Bill. He started teaching, writing scripture. The church flourished and continued to grow all the way up until his sudden death in 1983. That's when I stepped in to take leadership of the church.
I take it that the church started declining after the death of Father Bill?
Yes, naturally so. With such a magnetic personality, he was irreplaceable. But I assure you, the church is still very much thriving.
Looks kinda empty to me.
It's not really our peak hours.
What's up with you handing out pamphlets at funerals then? Trying to reel people in at a weak moment?
I'm going to assume you meant no disrespect, child. I'm simply providing divine guidance when it's needed the most.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
It was the work of the devil, I'll say that much. Joseph was a kind man. He did not deserve such a fate. You heard my speech at the funeral, Kathy. I meant every word. He was a great man who did much good for this community.
Did you know him personally?
In a way, he and my father did charity work together. Joseph was around a lot when I was young. They collaborated on a few different projects for the homeless and for the troubled youth, among other things.
So my grandfather was a member of the church?
I wouldn't say that, no. He was a friend of the church, but he wasn't a religious man. He believed only in philanthropy. That being said, Joseph was the person who convinced me to become a priest.
Really?
Oh, yes. I was a teenager back then. Full of rebellion, every fiber of my being wanting to distance myself from my father. Joseph made me realize my sinful pride and showed me how I should follow my heart, regardless of what others might think. And for that, I'm eternally grateful.
Does the name Lily Myers mean anything to you?
It does. Before I was ordained, I was a substitute teacher in her high school.
Really? Did you know her personally?
We weren't close. I only knew her as much as a teacher would know any student.
All right, so how did she seem toward the end?
For one, she started skipping school a lot. And when she did show up, she was absent-minded and moody. She always looked depressed and hunched down like she had the whole world on her shoulders.
Any idea of what caused this change?
Not a clue. All I know is, when she returned from that last summer break, she was a whole different person.
Do you know anything about Lily Myers' art?
I saw a few pieces, gorgeous work, vibrant, surreal landscapes.
When was this?
Must have been mid-70s. The high school had open days with an art exhibition.
So, this was some time before she changed, right? You didn't see any of her later work?
No. By then, she started skipping art class completely, from what I heard.
Maybe she was afraid of what she might draw. I hear it was pretty twisted.
Could be. But alas, I suppose we will never know what was truly haunting her.
I'm doing my best to find out. I don't believe the story to be as clear-cut as everyone makes it out to be.
An unusual theory. How so?
People have taken a particular interest in her art. I think there's more to it.
I wouldn't read too much into it, my child. It happens to all dead artists with any talent to speak of.
What's your opinion on Charles Wade?
No opinion. He used to be a prominent figure around here, but he doesn't appear much in town these days.
Actually, he's in the community clinic right now, getting medical treatment.
Oh, I wonder if it's serious. Perhaps I should go talk to him. Even men like Charles Wade need a priest when they're nearing the end of the line.
Do you know anyone who goes by the nickname Cocky?
I have no idea. Sorry.
That's all I need for now, Father.
May the Lord shine his light on you.
Impressive window. There's no doubt about it. Those are the smoky lights. Locked. It's an altar. You know, the place where they put the sacrificed goats, kids, and other crap. Locked.
Mhm. Ce serait pas notre ami le clochard, ça?
We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
So, what's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the heart.
What do they call you anyway?
Goober. Everyone calls me Goober.
All right, I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
So, what's your story anyway?
My story?
Yeah, don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Not really, no.
Oh, come on. I have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. The Silencer of the Lambert, Jacob's Bladder, The Usual Surprises, Natural Bald Killers.
Not ringing any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Natural bald killers?
It's a dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair. The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, he has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the perfect head of hair. Eddie makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
Tell me about The Silence of Lambert.
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all. He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny. Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior.
Ma ça va pourquoi?
After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week, and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
Ok.
Give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during the surprise birthday party of 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure. I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
Ouais.
Why do you always die at the end of your movies?
Typecasting.
Oh, never mind.
Not the culture type. I understand.
I need to ask you a few questions.
Sounds serious. Ask away.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky?
Why, I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Ah, why do I even bother? Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in '81?
I most certainly do.
What? Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can handle the truth.
Oh, just spit it out.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Abducted by aliens.
I should have known better.
Oh, I saw it, man. A big, huge light. I was a bit drunk at the time, but I had my reasons. My wife had just left me, taken the dog, not to mention I was being conscripted for the war. But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took him and they experimented on him. And that's why he was so messed up when they put him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Open your mind, man.
Do you know who Lily Myers was?
Yep, my dad was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Really? What can you tell me about her?
Ah, geez, not a lot. I mean, Teenage girls, man, they're like their own species. Impossible to figure out. Not to mention how that entire family ain't, like, people-friendly.
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started brawling with Sue the first time I met her.
She could sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
What do you know about Lily Meyer's art?
Nothing but hearsay. People say it was pretty deranged.
Do you know who Charles Wade is?
Sure, he's been holed up in this clinic for the last couple of weeks.
You saw Charles Wade go in there?
Well, yeah, I just told you, man.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess. Still walking, at least.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
I'd say they're good people. Isaac the priest is, anyway. His dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had around him were into some weird shit.
What kind of weird shit?
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with Billy Praise himself at the top. Really shifty bunch of folks. Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket, made it a proper church.
Interesting. Do you know anyone else who was involved in the old church?
Not really. I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible. Ask Isaac about it. He's a friendly guy.
All right. I might do that. Okay, that's enough serious questions for now.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm off.
Bye.
No thanks. I have better things to do. Was expecting plastic, but this looks like a real plant. A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year. A computer. They likely keep records of their patients on it. Excuse me, nurse? Hey, nurse!
Yeah?
They don't pay you much, huh?
No shit. What do you want?
I'm here to see Charles Wade.
Never heard of him. Anything else?
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay. I'm a friend of the family.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call security.
I need to get rid of her somehow. I can't read it from here. A computer. They likely keep records of their patients on it. Smoking allowed. Guess this place is a bit behind on healthcare regulations. Oh, I do enjoy burning things, just not that. Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging. No point. I wouldn't even know what room to go to. No thanks. I have better things to do. Uncomfortable, hard plastic chairs. It's like they're intentionally trying to keep people out.
Mhm. qu'ils vont me demander encore de... Non. On va aller voir la fleur.
Well, this is it. This is where the picture was taken. I'm not sure what I expected to find here. I need to clear my head. What the?
Why, hello there! You have laid eyes on this dapper fellow once before, haven't you?
Nope, just no. I'd remember a creepy bald dude with makeup.
Memories can deceive, Kathy. Dig deeper.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
It is my calling to know people like you, those shackled by their past, yet yearning for change.
I feel strange. Am I dreaming?
It's the mending. I will try to facilitate.
You're not real. I'm lying asleep in my bed right now.
Focus, Kathy. Listen to the drowned girl.
You mean Lily? What about her?
She's the one who slipped away, filled with secrets. While she may be free in death, her cold, wet hands still trap many in painful ignorance.
What is this, Woodstock Poetry Slam? Mind speaking like a normal person?
I knew you wouldn't disappoint. I'm glad, given how much trouble I went through to be here. You see, my name was taken from me, so I claimed a color in its stead. The next time we meet, you'll know the exact hue of red. You're on the right path, Kathy. Follow your grandfather, and everything will work out in the end.
Wait, what? How did I get here? Am I going crazy? Am I turning into Mom?
Bon, donc mamie, elle passe sa vie là.
Hello, dear.
Ok.
Glad to see you again so soon.
Hi, Grandma. I just thought I'd drop by.
Sure, hon. Stay as long as you'd like.
There are a few things I need to ask you, Grandma.
Very well, dear.
What do you see in this picture, Grandma?
I have no idea, but it's quite an eerie display. What is it?
I'm trying to figure that out. I found the picture hidden in the attic.
Oh, come to think of it, the trees do look similar to the ones in Conwell Woods.
Yeah, it was taken somewhere in that area. I found out that the flower in the picture matches a rare local species.
Aren't you clever? Do let me know if you come across anything else.
I don't want to show her that. Do you know anything about this flower, Grandma?
I can't say that I do. I remember seeing it growing in the woods, but I didn't think much of it at the time.
Bye, Grandma. I'll be back later.
So long.
A decent-sized book collection. Most of them science or history related from the looks of it. An old wheelchair. Not too dusty. Grandpa must have used it towards the end.
Je veux aller là, moi. J'ai pas eu le temps de faire mon enquête.
Hello? Creepy bald guy. Guess no one's home. That wasn't here before. Hey, is this shovel taken? Good enough for me. Looks like a specimen of the red scythe. It's endangered. I'm not gonna take it without a really good reason. That's kind of an arbitrary thing to do. It's the nature reserve, where the smoky lights were photographed. Nah, nothing like that.
Peut-être demander au clochard de faire diversion. Il va négocier cette fois.
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi!
So, how good an actor are you?
The best! The very best!
You know, that nurse in there, she said she loved you in all those movies, and that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
I knew it. She always gave me these strange looks. I thought it was contempt, but her face must just be cramping up from shyness.
Yeah, that's definitely it. She'd love to see you act, I'm sure.
I'm gonna have to oblige. Which movie do you think she'd like the best?
Definitely Jacob's bladder.
I'm feeling the pressure. Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven. You and me were like peas and carrots. I'm just so full of your love that I think I'm about to burst. Jenny, where did you go? Oh, I don't feel so good. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
That wasn't really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow. A Again? No thanks. I'm gonna have to think outside the box. Was expecting plastic, but this looks like a real plant.
Alors là, on n'arrive pas à rentrer. On peut aller. Ah non, ma foi, on peut aller que là. Hein.
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi!
Hey, how about another show?
Sure. Any suggestions?
Natural bald killers would be the obvious choice.
Bald move. Fernando, you've been such a good friend. I can't thank you enough for making me whole again. Turn this scalp into a breathtaking golden carpet, such as the world has never seen. Okay, Doctor, I'm counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Ok. Donc c'était pas celui-là
That
non plus.
wasn't really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow. No thanks. I have better things to do. Again? No thanks. I'm gonna have to think outside the box. A computer. They likely keep records of their patients on it. A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year. Smoking allowed. Guess this place is a bit behind on healthcare regulations.
Et si on tentait de fumer?
I prefer to smoke outdoors.
Ok, c'est pas ça. Mhm.
Handy little shovel. I can dig it. Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi!
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Oh, never mind.
Not the cultured type. I understand.
Hey, how about another show?
Sure. Any suggestions?
How about the usual surprises?
Business as usual. I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's that smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
That wasn't really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow. I can't read it from here. Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi!
Hey, how about another show?
Sure. Any suggestions?
Probably The Silence of Lambert.
Oh, I'm gonna be loud. Consuelo, how I wish I could speak. I have so many things left to say. My chest, no! It can't be! Hold me! Thank you. You've been a great audience.
That wasn't really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow. Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging. I wonder who this cocky person really is, and why he needed Grandpa's help so desperately.
Ça, je sais ce que c'est. C'est lui, Coquille.
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi!
I had a few more questions.
Fire away.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky?
Why, I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Ah, why do I even bother? Do you recognize these men?
That's your granddad, right?
Yeah, what about the other two?
No idea. I think my face blindness is acting up again.
Okay. Do you know what this is?
Chinese fireworks, of course. I grew up in Shanghai. I know what I'm talking about. They used to call me Dong Pai, meaning round-eyed baldy. Those were some rough years. I miss the food, not to mention the women. Got 2 kids down there now, Mei Lin and little Ping.
Time to hit the off switch now, buddy. I don't need to show him that. Do you know anything about this flower?
It's red?
Enlightening. I don't need to show him that. That'd be one raggedy-ass bribery attempt. Do you know what this key opens?
Your heart, mademoiselle?
Oh, brother. I don't need to show him that. I don't need to show him that. I don't need to show him that.
Je crois que je n'ai pas besoin de lui montrer ça.
I don't need to show him that.
Ok.
Okay, that's enough serious questions for now.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm off.
Bye.
I don't want to show her that. I don't want to show her that.
Non, t'as pas envie de lui parler, quoi. En gros, elle n'a pas envie de parler à cette dame.
I don't want to show her that.
Voilà.
I don't want to show her that.
Ok. Alors,
Again? No thanks. I'm gonna have to think outside the box. No point. I wouldn't even know what room to go to. Smoking allowed. Guess this place is a bit behind on healthcare regulations. I prefer to smoke outdoors. I'm trying to cut down on the pyromania. I shouldn't waste juice on that. I'd prefer to electrocute something and/or someone else. I doubt this coin does any good there.
Il manque quelque chose. Je vais aller où?
Conwell Lake, where Lily Myers met her demise. 55 degrees. Not too chilly, thankfully.
Oh, it's you again. Come on in.
Il est plus là?
No Nathan today?
Nah, haven't seen Nate all day. Probably out in the woods.
I had a few more questions, Sue.
Shoot.
So, Charles Wade was the one who bought those paintings from you?
Yep, like I said, he gave me $5 for Lily's paintings. If you want to know his reasons, you're gonna have to ask the man himself.
I don't need to ask her about that. Look what I found in the forest.
That Nate's handiwork? I keep telling him to stop littering the outside with those, but that boy got a short memory. Keep it if you want. Plenty more where that came from.
Do you know anything about this flower?
Sure. Smoked it a few times back in the day, before it was endangered and all.
Yeah? What was it like?
Similar to pot, but stronger and more unpredictable. Never touched the stuff after I got pregnant with Lily.
All right. Sue, what do you see in this picture?
My God, that looks like one of Lily's paintings.
Wow, really? Can you describe it?
It was a nighttime scene, just like the photo, but the lights were floating above the lake. There was a pale hand reaching up from beneath the surface trying to touch them. The forest in the background was on fire, making the sky purple and red. There were probably other details too, but that's what I can remember.
Sounds captivating. Wish I could have seen it. Hey, Sue, do you recognize any of these men?
Well, there's Joseph Rain. Always so handsome. I had such a crush on him back in the day. And... no way. That's him. The man who bought the paintings. He's much younger here, but there's no mistaking that hair and nose.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, little cat. That's the guy who walked into this cabin with $5 in cash.
That's very helpful, Sue. Thanks. Ugh. Another question for the elusive Mr. Wade. No reason to show her that. No reason to show her that. Do you know what this key opens?
Well, that's a bit of a weird question, ain't it? But no.
I think I'm gonna head off now.
Sure thing, little cat. Come back anytime.
Looks like they barely touched the food.
Retournons à la Catmobile, Robin. Pas de Robin, mais... Que je ne peux pas chercher le numéro. De la clinique. Ça va info, développeur, résidence, base de McConnell. Non.
No answer. Guess E is in class. An electronic metal detector. Kinda clunky for a person to lug around without a specific use for it.
Bon, là, il n'y a rien d'autre que la mallette. Et du détergent.
Nah, nothing else in there. An industrial-sized jug of detergent.
Et je ne comprends toujours pas le diagramme.
It looks like someone was doing geometry. I can't make much sense of it. I've already searched that. Father, do you know anything about this flower?
No, my child, nothing at all.
I don't need to show him that. I could, but I think I have more to gain from a subtle strategy. I'll keep it to myself for now, until I know more about this church.
Serait-elle en train de dire que la subtilité ne serait pas mon fort?
Do you recognize the men in this picture, Isaac?
Only your grandfather. And that's just because I was given a similar picture at the service the other day.
Do you know what this key opens?
I'm afraid not, my child.
I don't need to show him that. I don't need to show him that.
Ok. Tu sers vraiment à rien, Isaac.
Hey, Lenny, do you recognize these men?
Not really. Sorry.
I probably shouldn't. He might ask where I got it from. Do you know what this is?
I have no idea. Looks creepy, whatever it is. Where did you get it?
Grandpa had it hidden away in the attic.
Probably for a good reason, then. Be careful out there.
Hey, Lenny, do you recognize this flower?
Yeah, I accidentally inhaled pollen from one of them when I was a kid. I remember being sick and delirious for days.
Scary. Where did you come across this flower?
Somewhere in Conwell Woods. Not sure where exactly.
All right. I don't want to show him that.
Je vais me faire jeter.
Do you recognize this flower?
Matter of fact, I do. It's a local endangered plant with mild narcotic properties.
Yeah? Have you come across any users in the area?
Sure, but it's a bit tricky to do anything about it. Using it as a substance is technically illegal.
Ah, so the illegal part is picking it in the first place.
Yes, knowingly picking the flower is a crime, according to the Endangered Species Act of 1973.
Gotcha, thanks. Do you know what this is?
Ah, it's just some kids playing pranks with flashlights.
Ok.
He's new in town. I don't think he knows those men.
Au revoir, shérif.
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi!
Hey, how about another show?
Sure. Any suggestions?
Definitely Jacob's bladder.
I'm feeling the pressure. Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven.
Good idea, but it wouldn't match his symptoms.
I'm just so full of your love that I think I'm about to burst. Jenny, where did you go? Oh, I don't feel so good. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Symptômes, donc des symptômes qui iraient avec. Je crois que j'ai la demande de ce film.
That wasn't really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow. Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi!
Hey, how about another show?
Sure. Any suggestions?
How about the usual surprises?
Business as usual.
Oh, on va voir s'il y a d'autres trucs qui vont être électrisants.
I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's that smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing.
Nurse, he's seizing!
Oh, shit!
Man, I feel like a total jackass. I'll have to make it up to the poor guy later.
Tu m'étonnes. Faut que je sache.
Crap. Looks like I have to figure out the username some other way.
Torgador.
Employee of the month, Carlita Mendez. Ugh, what a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse.
Carlita Mendez. Bah oui, comment je tape moi?
Employee of the month, Carlita Mendez. Ugh, what a joke. It's that obnoxious... Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging. Employee of the month, Carlita Mendez. Ugh, what a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse.
Carlita Mendez. Oh, pardon. Carlita Mendez. Carlita Mendez.
A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year. Gotcha.
Chambre 6B. Ok. Pardon.